don't know if y'all caught that, but our God is an awesome God. I could have to rock that a little bit longer. I have to say, this has been a great Wind Down Wednesday, and I am so glad that you are here to be a part of it. Welcome to Get to Know Bob. I am your host, Sonia Weaver, where we have this amazing platform where we bring on our amazing Bobs throughout our communities. They are either business owners, founders of nonprofits, they have been authors, musicians, they've just been community activists, any and everything where they are doing amazing things in our community for our people. This is the platform for you to get to know them, not just what they do, the amazing work they do, but also the reasons why they do what they do. And so that you can also, connect with them. It's always about relationship here on Get to Know Bob. And you know me, I am all about making relationships. Now, some of y'all know, I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna be nice tonight, okay? I'm gonna keep it nice tonight. But y'all know not everybody's meant to be in your relationships. That's all I'm gonna say. All righty. So, what about tonight's look? Pop, pop, pop in pink. It's October, which is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So, I'm really feeling this combination I did tonight with the Glam Doctor. Don't ask me what colors because I forgot to check. I just was like, oh, you know what? Let me try a new color combination, see how they go together. And I'm liking how these lips are popping with this pink. So, got on my pink colors and all those good things. And I am mad about it because I'm looking down at my wrist. And I forgot to go to my jewelry box and put on my bracelet that I was able to beat and bond this weekend and celebrate my friend who is a breast cancer survivor. And if you have not gotten linked for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, I'm telling you, it was so much fun. We got like just the table full of pink beads, and you could just go crazy designing whatever bracelet you wanted to do. And this again was a survivors party. So we had a good old time. Getting linked and creating memories. So next week, I am going to remember because we still have one more week in October to go. So I will have on my own custom designed linked bracelet for October Awareness Month. And staying with it as we kind of move in before we kind of get to there, I want to make sure you guys have taken the challenge. We are really calling it the pledge. I keep using the word challenge because that was what's going all over social media. Take this challenge, take this challenge. But really, this is more of a pledge. A pledge is personal. A pledge is something that you're going to commit to, not just, do and achieve and get it over with. A pledge is something that you're going to stand by, live by. And that's exactly what the Support 7 by Pledge is, where you're going to support 7 Black-owned businesses every week. Now, again, I've said this multiple times, so I know you guys understand what that means when we're talking about support. What we're talking about is, one, the most valuable resource you have is your time. Time is something that once it's gone, you never get back, right? So it is the most valuable resource. Why should you support with your time? I'm going to say right now on the time calendar, it is very strategic right now. You have so many organizations doing things right at the end of the year, especially during the holiday season, and they can't do it alone. People go do what they got to do because they committed to it. I'm going to tell you that. But it will be so much easier if you volunteer, if you support with your time. So why don't you just go through, right? Like take a moment, look at your calendar, see when you're available, find some amazing organizations in your community and be intentional to volunteer. I'm telling you, if you reach out to them, be like, hey, are you doing anything for the holiday seasons? I would love to volunteer. I bet you, they're not going to turn you down. And most importantly, you're going to just feel so much satisfaction. So satisfied. Yeah, not satisfaction. Satisfied. I'm creating words, y'all. Okay, so you're going to be so satisfied because you contributed to it. And I'm telling you, there's nothing like giving. So we talk about giving gifts. But now, I want you to give them your time. That's the most precious resource, right? Then, of course, financial support. We need money to do work. That is so true. So, this holiday season, I keep talking about it because it's around the corner. I'm telling you, we are like, October has come in a blink. Next week is over. Like, seriously, once Halloween come, Christmas is here, right? They just skip over Thanksgiving. But I'm telling you, so if you are planning on giving gifts or anything this holiday season, support Bob. We have some amazing Bobs out there with amazing products and services. Give gift certificates too. And I'm sure your family, your friends, those loved ones will appreciate the gift that you actually gave. And then you have supported someone's small business. So it's the gift that keeps on giving. That's what I always say. So make sure you support Bob. Take the pledge, people. Okay, let's go into Deals with Bob's deal of the day. Now, you should really get excited about this because we're pinking out. Okay, so we're going to stick with it because we have such good turnout. Congratulations to Mona Lisa last week, who was a winner, and to Barbara Biggs for last week, who was a winner. So this week, we have more pink out colors for you to see. Okay, so we also now have some glosses. So it was all lipstick last week. So I'm going to show the glosses first. This one is called Melon Sorbet. So it's kind of a shade of pink. It's one of those pale pinks. So it's really pretty. It is Melon Sorbet. We have, Pink Diamonds. I really like this one. Pink Diamonds. It is a pink, but you can't really see the shimmer in it, but it is really, really pretty. This shimmer is the bomb. I'm telling y'all, I might keep this one for myself. Then we have Pink Satin. Okay, so Pink Satin. Oh, that's a pretty pink too. So Pink Satin, and I'm trying my best so y'all can see the difference in the colors, but this is Pink Satin. And next we have, which is this? This is Pink Passion. Ooh, Pink Passion. Let's see what that one looks like. This one is kind of like a coral pink to me. So yeah, again, it probably looks the same to you guys, but this is Pink Passion. Kind of looks coral. And then we have finally Pink Shimmer. Oh wow. Now see, this one definitely looks more like a rose. More like a rose and a mauve maybe. But this is Pink Shimmer. So how do you get to be a winner for the free gift? I'm keeping it simple. Told you guys I'm keeping it simple in the chat. And if that's for those who watching live, if you're watching on a replay, you have to leave it in the comment section. What you have to say is, I am a subscriber. You have to be a subscriber. We will check the subscription list. And I'm going to tell you, if we can't see you on the subscription list, that disqualifies you. So if you somehow got the thing blocked showing that you're not a subscriber, I mean, we can't do anything about that. That's for you to change on your end. So you have to say, I am a subscriber, because we're going to be checking the list. And then you just say, and I want to pink out in the month of October. That's it. I am a subscriber and I want to pink out. And we will send you either one of these 5 for this week. Now, if you have seen one and you really, really like it, you better be first. And maybe if you put which one you want, we will send you specifically that one. So in the order of how I mentioned it, it was Melon Sorbet, Pink Diamonds. Those 2 are the glosses. And then the lipsticks were Pink Satin, Pink Passion, and Pink Shimmer. So good luck to you guys. And thank you for being a subscriber. So now we're going to move right on to our featured business our featured nonprofit. I'm sorry, we're going to do the nonprofits, then the business. Our featured nonprofit for this month is Genesis. Yes, let's hear it for Genesis nonprofit. Their motto is to defeat the undefeatable mind, body, and spirit. Are you pregnant and wondering how you're going to take care of yourself, let alone someone else? Genesis, they see you. With Genesis PCR, you'll get the resources and support you need to overcome challenges and navigate through a healthy pregnancy and life, mind, body, and spirit. Dads, we see you too. Our Council of Dads program is designed specifically with you in mind. a brotherhood coming together to support and assist in everyday life, in addition to fatherhood. Join Genesis for classes, counseling, small groups, resources, and referrals. All services are free and currently virtual. So check their Facebook page out or their website for more details at genesisprc.org. All those awesome things going on with Genesis Pregnancy Resource Center. I'm sure you see why they are our nonprofit of the month. Now, our business that we're featuring this week is Mona Lisa's Lyrics. Let's find out what they do. Mona Lisa's Lyrics LLC is focused on providing independent entertainers and many performance opportunities while making sure our audiences are well entertained. With the highest level of professionalism, they will do everything they can to meet your expectations. With a variety of live entertainment to choose from, they're sure you'll be happy with the services they provide. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to contact them. They hope to see you again and check back for new show updates and opportunities to be a part of Mona Lisa's Lyrics. Their mission is to create as many performance opportunities for independent artists as possible. With the start of their new divisions, Mommy on the Town, they're able to provide their audience with wonderful shows for a great cause. If you're a hardworking, self-promoting singer, rapper, poet, or etc., they love to be a part of the wonderful movement. They love to put you to work. With concerts and showcases every 4 to 6 weeks, there are a lot of openings to be filled. So make sure you contact Mona Lisa's Lyrics. They are part of the Deals with Bob International Black-owned Business Directory under Arts and Entertainment. So, looking out there, if you have or want to attend some amazing events, you know we always are promoting these awesome events, and they are brought to you by Mona Lisa's Lyrics. That's why they are our B.O.B business of the week. Sorry. As we move right on, we're going into our Deals with Bob's deals for our consumer members. Kicking it off, we have Deals with Bob offering 15% off our premium services. Today's Smile is offering 50% off whitening. Mona Lisa's Lyrics is offering 15% off event packages. Woo, Women Helping Empower Winners is offering free registration or free consultation. Phlebotomy Express Training Center is offering 10% off. Linked LLC is offering 50% off plus one or free plus three. Tax Divas is offering 10% off or free registration, free consultation, or a free gift. Tranquility Christian Counseling is offering 10% off events. Bright Tech Communications is offering 10% off. Boss Entertainment Group is offering 10% off. MCS Financial Services Incorporated is offering 15% off. And the Amazing Woman Network is offering 20% off AWN merchandise or 20% off financial services. And if you are a business owner and you want to offer deals, discounts, giveaways, and rewards to our consumer members, please visit www.dealswithbob and join today. Now, if you are a business owner, of course, business owners, we want you to take advantage of our in those annual packages. I just got all tongue tied. So let me make sure you got that clear. If you're a business owner and you join as a business owner, join one of the annual memberships, because when you do that, then your consumer membership is included. Okay, so I had to slow down to make sure I said it right and that you understood what I said. And we're going to kick it right off going into our Stay Connected. So get your pens and papers out, get ready. So as we can kick off what's going on this coming week in and around our community. We have a headshot special being brought to you by the Glam Doctor. And the Glam Doctor is doing this headshot special for the month of October with your mini photo shoot session that includes a 30-minute session, makeup, male grooming. You receive all your photos the same day. To book, go to www.theglamdoctor.com. Linked LLC is having their Breast Cancer Awareness Month events where you can support the fighters, celebrate the survivors, and honor those we remember. Book your event today by going to www.areyoulinked.com. Join one mother to another on their Socktober event, helping people get back on their feet during the entire month of October. You can drop off socks at the following locations: Cold Stone, located in Bloomfield Hills, and Snatch Game Studio, located in Southfield. Destins for Greatness is having their Fall Through Harvest Fest on Thursday, October 20th from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Kenneth Scott is your host for Home Buyers Workshop happening Saturday, October 22nd from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Sisters Who Wine Paint and Sip Wine Party is happening on Saturday, October 22nd from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Real Estate Shop Talk Meetup is happening October 23rd from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Encourage Me, I'm Young AAU basketball new team launch for boys ages 8 to 14 will be on Sundays from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. beginning October 23rd, running through December the 11th. Cost is $35 for the 7 sessions. Hosted by Elisa King and featuring Chaos Whisper, The Vibe, a dope creative experience happening Monday, October 24th from 7:30. Doors open at 7:30 p.m. from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. at Starters Bar and Grill. We Threes Community Outreach Incorporate presents the 5th annual Spooktacular Halloween, October 31st at 5 p.m. And let us support you and your event by adding it to our Stay Connected page. Visit www.dealswithbob.com and contact us today. Now, there's one other event that I have to mention. It's already passed. It happened this past Sunday, but we were talking about it on last week's show. And that is the 75th celebration of the NAACP, which the Western Wayne branch was celebrating their 25th year of doing fighting within the community, doing activist service within the community. I have to share that there were some amazing people in the room that I got an opportunity to spend the evening with. We had Barbara Biggs of Tranquility Christian Counseling. We had Kimberly Harrington of Phlebotomy Express Training Centers. We had Aaron Grable, the owner of Legacy Hall. We had Kenneth Scott, the owner of CSW Real Estate. And we had Darren Griffin, who is just a philanthropist on all levels. And, I realized he hadn't been on the show since 2020. We have to have him come back. And of course, our amazing guest that we have this evening, who was in the house with us, Miss Shameka Bishop. And she is definitely a powerhouse. And we are excited to have her on tonight's show as we will be talking all things credit. Welcome. How are you?
Hello, hello. Thank you for having me.
Of course, I was so excited to have you after, especially after seeing you on Sunday and you just sharing a little bit of what you had in store for tonight. So, yes, I am over the top excited to have you on tonight.
I'm really excited, guys. I'm Shameka Bishop. I am the Bishop of Credit. Okay. Um, y'all need to go check and see what the bishop does on the chessboard. However, credit is always chess and not checkers. And we're just happy. We got a lot to talk about tonight. We're going to get in, we're
Yes,
going to
we
get
do.
juicy. We're going to go a little bit deep about credit on some things that maybe you don't think about. So be excited.
Yes, I am excited. And because Shameka is not a stranger here, okay, so if you want to get to know some things about Shameka, because I'm telling y'all gonna have to just watch previous episodes because she has so much juicy information for tonight. We can't go into all the history of that got her here and all that kind of stuff. If you need to know all of that, she was on the show April 8th, 2020. Go check it out. Go over to Instagram for that. And then she was on the show December 15th of 2021. Okay, so you got opportunities to see and hear what she does, why she does what she does, and a little about who she is. Of course, she's a phenomenal mom. I will share that because I think that is just so important with the amount of work she does, especially when she's out there doing all these phenomenal things in around the community. I mean, I was posting things like this, usually on channel news, local news,
Mhm.
TV4, doing these
Mhm.
amazing things, So y'all be thinking like, well, if I didn't have this, if I didn't have that, I could do it. No, I mean, and she's everywhere. Okay, see, she was part of this phenomenal workshop here. And that's why she was just doing things for the community. She's a collaborative partner with the Western Wayne branch NAACP, committed to the 23 cities that they represent with giving them credit education. So thank you, Shameka, just for the work that you're
You're welcome.
doing in and out through the community. And then if y'all just need to see just how beautiful she is, there you go. She just did it up on Sunday. So now that I've given you my perspective of the phenomenon of Shameka Bishop, do you want to share before we get into our credit story anything that you want to share about yourself, that
Yes.
you just want to share?
Yes, yes, yes. I am the mother of five, and a mom entrepreneur. With that, what you call it? That very much my entrepreneur. All of my children have awesome credit. I want to put that out there as well. And my youngest, being 12, also has great credit. So I started the business about maybe in my mind in about 2015. 2016, I decided to go ahead and go forth with it because I had filed my second bankruptcy. Okay. And after bankruptcy, I had nowhere else to go or I didn't know what to do basically. Let's just go on. I didn't know what to do. I was down and I was out. And I decided to repair my credit. And in the midst of repairing my credit, I say, I can do
Mm-hmm.
this for other people. And I remember getting other people 700,
Mm-hmm.
750 credit scores, and my credit score was still a 530. And it's because,
Oh,
I just had
wow.
so much on my credit report that I end up having to go to federal court twice in order to get the items removed off, fighting for consumer law, not just for myself, but for others also, which it is located in Case Text. So once I decided that I knew that I can be able to help others, and I've went through every single, bad credit type situation, from repossession to medical bills, credit cards, lights bills, gas bills, all being on my credit and being at the very lowest point that credit can go. I came back, and I came back strong, and I came back stronger than ever. So with that, I took those tools and I created the Bishop Blueprint. And so with the Bishop Blueprint, it's designed to help you guys learn how to pay your credit cards effectively and efficiently, and also to be educated, repair your credit and be educated.
I love it. I love it. And I heard you say this, and I don't want to misquote, so I'm gonna say it
Okay.
now. Clarify if I'm saying it wrong. Now that was your initial story that life kind of hit you there, but I
Mhm.
thought I heard you say at one point you took your credit down again just to bring it up again to make sure that like it worked or that you could do it. Was is that
Now,
am I saying it right?
see, Sonia, that was a surprise for later on.
I'm sorry.
But since you mentioned it,
Okay, y'all didn't hear that. We
since
gonna
you
let her
mentioned
tell it
it,
when she wanted to tell it.
no, but since you mentioned it, look, guys, I'm doing something right now to show people how the Bishop Blueprint works. And yeah, I did bring my credit score down to like the high 500 range. And I got right back up into the 700, mid 700 range just by using my own blueprint. And it was by maybe a course of 3 to 4 months coming from a 500 to a 700 simply by only using my blueprint and paying the credit cards according to how I've designed it, not doing anything extra, just exactly just following directions. And what I wanted to do was make sure that my blueprint was to the lowest common denominator, to where you understood if my 12-year-old can do it, you can do it.
Right.
So I'm currently doing that right now. I'm in the mid 700s currently, and I'm looking forward to going at least probably over the 760ish range, because I'll never have perfect credit, guys, and I don't need it either. you know, I never have perfect credit because I filed bankruptcy twice. I've blemished so much on my credit report that, a 715 can get me a lot of the things that I want. Definitely
Mhm.
the lowest APR in the country. Okay. And that's with a strong credit report, not a weak one. So, just that's what we're doing right now. That's what I'm currently in the phase of, and I'm gonna start displaying it, maybe in a couple months, because I want to get over the 730ish, going
Mhm.
over to like 750, something like that, and then I'm gonna reveal, but that's later.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So we kind of like, here's some conversations before coming on. So I know Shameka has some juicy topics in store for
Ooh,
you. So
yes.
I'm gonna really hand over the mic and let you say where you want to start for educating our community and the people that are watching on credit and what they need to know.
First things first, guys, October is also Credit Awareness Month. I do have my pink lipstick on too for Breast Cancer Month, of course. And all month, I've been doing nothing but more educating. I want to educate everyone on their credit. Tomorrow starts National Get Smart About Your Credit Day. Okay, so everyone who has not taken a look at their credit reports, I want you guys to go take a look at your credit reports, see what's going on with them, see what's wrong, just to go in and just to look at it, become familiar with it, because get smart about your credit. So, we were talking earlier, and I want to start at um, just women and credit. And, you know, back in the 50s, early 50s, well, the first credit card was the Diners Club credit card. If you go back way back, you know about the Diners Club. But the Diners Club was the first credit card back in the 1950s. A lot of people want to know, like, what's the first credit card? But, but there was also credit, and not just the credit card. We're talking about the essential term of what credit is. Credit equals trust, which is an extension of imaginary monies, an extension of an imaginary monies on the trust that you're going to pay this monies back. This imaginary money can also turn into hardcore paper money, also, which is credit. So back in the 50s, women were not able to go out and just willy-nilly just go and get credit. If you were a Black woman, it was non-existent. It wasn't
Mhm.
happening. If you were a Black man, it was non-existent, and it was not happening. And as a white woman, or another woman that was not of color, if you were married, you could not get credit either. And if you were not a woman of color and you still had to bring, and you were not married, you still had to bring a man with you in order to co-sign. And
Wow.
it was just like that because women did not have the right to have those type, they were given it, but they said, hey, we don't have to give it to you. And so they made up their own rules. And which most people don't know is that the civil rights movement was not just about, stopping of, giving rights to, women
Right.
and different things. It also was considered for credit for
Mm.
men and women, Black men and women, minority men and women to be able to get and access credit. And also
Wow.
as a woman of any color to be able to get credit also.
Okay.
So the civil rights movement was more than just, what the big picture of what everyone else talks about, because they
Mhm.
never talk about the aspect that we were not able to have credit.
They don't.
So
Okay.
now that we are, so when the civil rights movements was passed, laws were passed, then that gave women the ability to have credit, okay, and not be
Wow. Okay.
discriminated upon based upon our skin color, age, gender, or anything like that.
Okay.
But because credit was new and it was still Jim Crowish things going on around that time, that is when credit became Jim Crow credit.
Okay.
So once the laws got passed and we were able to have credit, now this is where
Mhm.
the good conversation comes in. When we were able to have credit, um, the credit was given, but it was given upon their stipulations of
Okay.
who created credit, who was issuing credit or was giving the credit to the people. And Jim Crow credit is something, if you look in the UC Irving Law Review, they talk about this. And when the Black man, because the Black woman still, wasn't going nowhere to go get credit because they had no money. They were still in the, poorish or more impoverished area, life,
Right.
going on. And when the Black man went to go and get credit for the families, to go and get furniture or a home or whatever it was, the
Mhm.
Black man wasn't educated. The minorities were not educated. The women were not educated. The credit was given, but there was no education behind it. So
Right.
now when we go down to Jim Crow credit, credit was given, but the APRs were ridiculously high.
Wow. I'm
And
not
you, as an
surprised.
individual, you couldn't fight it because you ain't know nothing about credit.
All you probably knew is that they go give it to you, you got to pay it back.
Give it to you, pay it back, and you're paying it back according to what they told you had to pay back.
Right.
And most of the time, it was more than what the minority could afford.
Mm.
So if you
Mhm.
guys would ever Google, like, if ever seen any Google and it says that the minority, no matter how much the minority make, um, the white man and woman would still have more money. And
Mhm.
during that time, that was because they were educated on credit, or even if they were not educated on credit, they were giving low APRs. The
Mm.
minorities were given the highest of the high APRs, and
Wow.
then the communities that they lived in were all being redlined.
Yeah. Yeah. And so what I'm kind of hearing is like twofold things. Um you went without because you couldn't get credit. Um and you barely, probably wasn't making income comparable to what your counterparts were making in those other communities across the line, because yes, it was definitely red line. And then for if you were fortunate enough to get credit, it was set up against you to begin with, so they were going to allow you to have this credit at these higher APRs at rates that you possibly couldn't even maintain long
No,
term. And I'm
no.
almost positive then, was there a clause in there that then said if you missed the payments, did they take the items back, or what happened at that point? Was it just your
Well,
credit score?
well, things are a lot better today, okay? Because when you miss a payment, it's just going to go on your credit report. Back then in the 50s and 60s, you miss a payment, you're getting fired, because you miss a payment and you end up and they have to repossess your property or your furniture, whatever it is, and they have to go through proper procedures.
Oh wow.
They got to speak to your employer. The employer got to take the money, and the employer's like, I'm not about to do all that. I mean, we were barely
Oh my
getting rights.
goodness.
So, you being fired because, somebody called your job of a missed payment was not uncommon.
Oh wow.
And then the
Oh
court
wow.
system was already against you because, once again, we were minorities during that time. So it was like a
It,
lose-lose, a small win and a lose-lose.
it was like dangling a carrot, but behind it, you have the devil. I don't know
Right.
how else to put it. You because it was never a good thing then, from what I'm hearing.
No.
How in the world? I mean, based on your research, based on what you know, was there any advantage? Was there any way someone benefited during this time with credit?
The only thing that I can see just from my research of, 50 years ago, 60 years ago, the only benefit was that credit was actually given. I went
Mhm.
back to the 50s of when, the civil rights movement was going on and credit being a part of it, because right now we're in 2022 and it is still minorities that don't have credit.
Mhm.
There are millions and millions of people who have bad credit, low credit scores. They don't know about credit because they have not been educated on credit. And I always say, if it's something out there that people don't educate a lot about, it's a reason for it. It's a reason for it.
It is a reason for it. Now I'm gonna say this comment here because I have said it on previous shows and I don't mind being transparent. But let me take a step one back. One of my favorite shows, and I know it's the worst show of all time, but I don't care. I love me some good times. I
Okay,
love
girl.
me some good times. I know it's so stereotypical. It's so many things about it that it infuriates me, but I still love me some good times. Now, I remember the part when they were going to go get something and they said, we don't have credit. If we don't have the cash, we go without it. We pay for cash for everything. And they thought, hey, we don't owe nobody nothing. We good. We pay cash. We save, we pay cash. And then the response was, that's bad. Oh no, 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 that's bad. You gotta have credit. And the funny way they put it was kind of like, we give you money and we hope you kind of don't pay it back, so to speak. Uh, but to a big extent, that was me because I didn't know credit and I hadn't had a good experience with credit. Credit was
Hmm.
just given to me when I went to college, like just whoosh here, and it without the education, of course, it was not done well. My thing was is I knew if you used it, you had to pay it back. That's all I knew. I didn't know about no interest rate, didn't know about anything, didn't know about, slow payments, making your
Yes.
credit score, didn't know anything. So because I had the bad experiences with the lack of education, I did the route again. Save and get what you need via cash.
Yes.
And that was it. That
I
was it.
mean, well, that's the way we've been trained. We've been trained to do that all throughout the years. I did a credit education on this about grandma saying don't owe nobody, grandpa saying don't owe nobody. And that's because they caught on to it. They caught on that if I paid you cash money for this, I can get it quicker. And I don't owe you, and I don't have to worry about anything bad coming back to haunt me.
Mm-hmm.
Because they didn't understand and wasn't educated on credit. But if I got it on credit, I knew you're gonna play me.
Right,
you're
right.
gonna
Or
you're
either
gonna
I'm gonna pay what 10 times what it cost initially.
right. So that's where that whole term come from of the cash and carry, because here it is. If we were not educated on credit when credit was first established to be given, remember credit was having credit is a legal right
Mm-hmm.
that we
Mm-hmm.
had to fight for.
Mm-hmm.
Just having credit as a woman, we had to fight for that. Having
Mm-hmm.
credit as a black woman, as a black man, or a minority of any sort, we had to fight for that. And
Mm-hmm.
here in 2020, I'm here to educate you guys, because not only did we have to fight for it, I want you guys to go get it. Go get it. Go after it and go seek it, because it's there for you.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the things that you're looking for, you want to get, what you got to have? Credit. And if you don't have credit, they're going to say, bye-bye, see you later, come back when you got it. Or they're going to say, whoa, wait a minute, so you ain't got no credit, huh? Come on, I got something for you.
Right.
Let me take you to
I'll
the
give it
back
to you.
room.
I love the commercial. Bankruptcies. We don't care. No job. We don't care.
Bad
We
credit,
don't
no
care.
credit. We got you. Of course they got you. You know what I'm saying? But it's a business. And having bad credit is a business, y'all. If everybody had good credit, who will go out of business?
A lot of folks.
A lot of people will go out of business if everybody had good credit. So that's the reason why credit is underground. And it's, well, I don't want to say underground. It's a secret about how to maintain, how to get, and how to keep good credit, and how to pay it. But see, everybody always talk about, oh, make sure you pay it back. See, everything is let me see if I can bring this idea to thought. When people say leverage your credit, leverage your credit, I gotta have credit to leverage it first.
Right.
Okay. So tell me how to get the credit. So no one really tells you how to get the credit unless it's, this scammy, type of things. Go get a BMW on a business you would never. It's all type of stuff. But just going back, you want to be able to just be focused about credit. We had to fight for this credit. I want you to get it. I want you to have it, and being educated on it is the only way that that you're going to be able to help the next generation. Let's just say if you're already 40 years old, I'm 40 years old. So that means that at this point, I need to be developing for the next generation.
Mm-hmm.
And if my next generation does not have any credit education, how are we gonna succeed?
Right.
I didn't hit the Mega Millions last night.
Right.
You know,
Neither did I,
every
but you have to play to win. So
and it's like, if you don't have the education, then your kids don't have the education, then they're going to have to hunt and find it and go look for it, and then that's going to have them at backwards too. We need to
right. And
go
that's
from
so true. Because had I known what I know now, entering into college, it would have looked a lot different a lot sooner.
yes,
Yeah.
it would have, because what they prey on us. They prey on every kid that turns 18. I didn't learn about credit in high school.
Mm-mm.
I didn't learn about credit in college.
Mm-mm.
And I got a college degree, and I still didn't know
I
nothing
have a
about
college
credit.
degree too. That's where they got me with credit. They was in the college center, right, tables long, just
Yep,
all of them, like
yep,
waiting. Like, you can get it. I'm like, oh really? I don't even have a job.
yep,
And I'm laughing now, but that's serious. That's how it was. That's how it
yeah.
was. And one thing that I look back and know, like, as you entering into, your early adult life, and you entering into home ownership, and if you properly
Hmm.
educated, there are times when you have credit in places like, let's say you own a home and you want to do some type of home repair. They'll say, or furniture or something, you can
Hmm.
get it, and it's like no interest for this a period of time. Those are educated pieces too, where it's like, okay, I can get this now at the rate and avoid having any interest in it. But that's education piece, that's
That's
being able to
education.
qualify, because they don't just do that for you unless you have good credit.
No. And most people they'll have 700 credit scores. It's amazing. It's a lot of people out here that really do have good credit, but they
Mm-hmm.
don't know what to do with the credit. And because the numbers, I'm going to say, I don't want to say good credit. Let's just say the numbers say they have good credit,
Mm-hmm.
but then they're getting turned down every time they go and apply for something. It's a turn down. Well, what's the problem now? Why don't I have it? Or oh, let me stop there. I'm gonna go back to the kids with credit, because this is really strong on my heart, y'all. we have to educate these babies.
Mm-hmm.
We have to educate the children. You know, if you don't care about credit, and if you know, want to be cash and carry, that's wonderful. But this new generation that's coming up is a tech generation. It's a credit generation.
Mm-hmm.
One day money is going to be wiped out, and everything is going to be a type of credit. Just my opinion, you know, just looking how things are going now. And you're going to want to know and have your children be in a position to be able to get approved for jobs. They do credit checks for good jobs.
Yeah.
You want your kid to not be able to have to come to you and ask for a co-signing. And then you have to say, baby, I can't do it for you because you got bad credit.
Yeah.
It's a whole cycle. And if you educate yourself, then we gotta make sure these kids are educated too. Because the kids are our generation, and then they can be able to start the wealth. Everybody wants financial wealth. It
Mm-hmm.
starts with credit. It starts with credit, and it starts with learning how to manage your credit. And then when you learn to manage your credit, you learn how to manage your money. It goes hand in hand.
Yes, it
Because
does.
everybody talk about the financial wealth or different things like that, but nobody talks about credit wealth.
Yes, yes, exactly. And so I'm gonna go back to one thing you said, because I agree with you, but then I think we should do something about that though. I know there are jobs that for whatever reason do evaluate based on credit. And I do have a problem with that.
Yeah.
I have a problem with that, one, because I'm aware that of all of the communities that are educated on credit, our community is probably not percentage wise. So therefore, to me, that's a way of keeping keeping a certain community from these good jobs. So I do have a problem with that. And I don't think that should be a factor. I understand to a certain extent they're trying to use it like, if decrease the likelihood of you doing something malicious in that role. If you owe a whole bunch of creditors, you may be, more likely to start thinking about embezzling or something like that. But there's no correlation to that. So I just really have a problem with some of the ways credit, insurance, when they were trying to use insurance with credit. I just have
Sorry, I
a
just dropped
big
my whole camera.
problem. Oh, yeah, really? Oh, you have she has a technical difficulty.
Having a little difficulty. I just dropped the
So
whole
I
camera.
just have a problem with credit entering in some areas of life. So because it is, and until we can, do it on the justice side of not having it there, guys, get educated.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, the powers that be are going to, they manipulate a lot of stuff that are more prone within our community to deny us of certain things. So we should not have any ammunition to give them. So get educated. I mean, that at least get educated. There's, if you can't afford, to pay someone, there's still things you can do, ways you can learn on your own, free workshops, different things out there. We're making sure that you know how credit's important. And I'm bringing a powerhouse on. Let me just show this one slide, because y'all have to see a powerhouse. See, when she was talking about wealth, she was a part of this year's Black Wealth Summit. Okay. And you talking about like all these heavy hitter names and stuff, like y'all, ooh, this and ooh, that person. You see Shameka Bishop is right at the top. Okay. Right at the top. So don't play. She's here to help you in the
Yes.
community. Okay.
Yes. And it's the truth, because I'm sold out to supporting and educating people about credit. I'm sold out on it because it has changed my life.
Mm-hmm.
Credit changes lives.
It
Credit
does.
changes situations.
It does.
Credit, my favorite thing is credit equals access.
Yes.
Access equals options, and options create opportunities.
Exactly. And so here's my transparent testimony, because Shameka, I know our conversations always go so fast. But I had to get over my and I would say a little bit of fear, but just mostly just uneducated, lack of knowledge. And you
Yeah.
know, the word says your people perish for the lack of knowledge. So I technically was perishing because I didn't have credit knowledge. And Shameka became my educator. She became my consultant. She became my guide in the process. And I was able to execute on her system seriously, and it transformed my life in a short amount of time to where I felt empowered. See, that's one word we haven't used, where I felt empowered to be able to go and make
Yeah.
decisions that I needed to make. So when I'm learning, I'm still, because I lived the
Mhm.
other way so long and I've been living in this way for a short amount of time, I still have some of those anxieties that something happened. But then it was like, you got good credit score.
Yeah, we
And
just
not good, not necessarily she said we're gonna good credit, we're gonna say scores. And it was like, okay, so you can get a personal loan at a lower APR, take care of that and quit stressing. You know,
hello.
boom, right? Okay. I'm like looking at my savings that I took time to build and grow, and things,
Mhm.
life happens and I'm paying and I'm paying and I'm paying. I'm like, I'm seeing my savings, but you got a good credit score. Don't be afraid because you got these two credit cards that you started off with that help get you there that have a low balance. Apply for some credit.
Right.
So when life happens, you have credit if you need to use and paying yourself back. So that's why I
Yep.
started looking at it, you're paying yourself back. So yes, I have those emergency, like if an emergency happened, I'm like, okay, I got an emergency to take care of it if it happens. But you don't always have that when you don't have the score. That's
Well, you
where
know what? It takes time to, we got to change our mindset.
Mhm,
We got to change our mindset about credit and not being afraid of credit. And if you
mhm.
look at everyone who is people who are very successful, they definitely have good credit. A lot of people who, or there's a flip side to it, they have a lot of money and don't care about credit.
Right.
But even if you have a lot of money, you are still using and spending more of that money that you had to create horsepower for. You had to work hard for that money. You
Right.
have to put in some major work for that money. And you're going to be spending more of it if you don't have credit.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
credit, I don't have to work for credit. I can go sit on my couch and go get credit. I can go to the backyard and go get credit. I can walk up some stairs and go get credit. I don't have to break a sweat. I don't have to punch a clock. I don't have to be told when I can go eat lunch.
Mhm.
I can go get some credit,
Yes.
and the credit that and having credit, I know they say money walks and things like that. Credit is talking. Okay. Credit is talking, y'all. Money might be in the room, but credit
Now,
is talking.
there are some things that I want you to touch on, because we're going to go a little bit over, because I do have some things to close out the show with. But there's one thing I want you to touch on as we're going into a season where we see a lot of things out of our control: gas prices going up, going down, going up, food prices going up, inflation up, all of these different things going on, and people who do have credit. Okay, this is the conversation towards them. What would you advise them or warn them, because they may have a tendency to have to use it more than they did before because of what's going on around us
Yes.
financially?
So, yes, thank you for that. And this is a countrywide thing that people are using more of their credit cards these days, um, because of the high gas prices and everything is high inflation. As you're using that credit card, I want y'all to remember that you do have a APR attached to that credit card. You will be charged interest every month that of the balance that you're accruing. Remember that. And a lot of people, and I've read so many stories, I've heard so many things that we thought that we were going to be able to pay these cards back, and then we just couldn't because it became so much. You have to have a plan in place when you begin to start extending your credit more than you ever have.
Mm-hmm.
And that is something that the Bishop of Credit provides. We provide that area to where we can keep you on track, help and support you on knowing how to pay the credit cards. Definitely if there's any derogatories on your credit report. So you're having good credit, your credit score is continuing to rise. You know how to pay those credit cards when you are inquiring debt. Because I want to say that the people who always say, forget that, I'm not holding a balance, I'm paying it off every single month, you are more than welcome to do that. It is very low that you're going to get continued credit score increases. It's very low that you are going to get credit limit increases
Mm-hmm.
because you're not using the cards, or you're paying them down every single month. The credit bureau is not even seeing any activity on that. You
Mm-hmm.
may be having activity within the actual company, but the credit bureau sees no activity.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you can't afford to pay it down to zero this one particular month, and you show that increase in debt, your credit score is going to drop like a rock because you've paid it down to zero so many times that when you do show an increase in debt, it's not normal.
Wow.
You have now breaking that algorithm of you paying down every month, and now your credit score is dropping. So when you are inquiring at additional debt, you want to know how to pay that debt. You
Mm-hmm.
want to make sure that you're paying the least amount of interest, because you got to pay to play. Okay,
Right,
you got to
right.
pay some interest, y'all.
And then so it's called and then she said the word algorithm. So that is huge because we hear that mostly like in social media, but
Yeah, yeah.
it's all over the place. They're
Yes, it
tracking
is.
just the way in which you're spending, the way in which you're
Yes.
paying, the way in which you're using. And then I also heard this before, and so let me make sure that this is accurate as well. Is that sometimes when you pay a card like back to zero, that that amount does not reflect your credit available or spending power or something. I'm not saying it right. It's like when you can say like you have $50,000 available credit to you or
Okay.
something. But if you paying down a card to zero and it's 10,000, it will only really show your 40,000 or something is how they were trying to say. And maybe I'm saying it wrong, but they were saying that they always would suggest that you carry some type of balance so that it goes towards your debt ratio or something, because
Okay.
like if you have a higher balance on another card but this one is low and it's taken away that 10,000 added to it can make your ratio better or something like that. I'm not sure if I'm
Okay.
saying it
I'm
right.
getting two things out of that. And I want you to bring me back into focus when I get off track about this credit.
Okay.
But the one is about credit ratio. So the more credit you have, if you have one credit card that's 10,000 and another credit card that's also 10,000, and you're using $5,000 on one credit card, it will bring your ratio, let me rephrase that, your amount of utilization, your credit utilization up. But if you were to go get another third credit card that is also 10,000, that will bring your credit utilization down because you've been added yet another, $10,000 worth of credit. So altogether, your total credit limit will be 30,000, but then you only be in debt of 5,000.
Right. And
So
so I
it
think
brought your
they were
utilization
saying
down.
was that sometimes if it can show where that depending on the card, that if you have nothing on it, they may not show that 10,000 in there. So really it's only showing that 20, even though you have another card with 10, but you paid it completely down. So they didn't report that available amount. That's
So
what kind of what they were saying.
the only card that don't report available credit is Amex that I know of right now. Because
Okay. So maybe that's what they were carrying. I don't
uh,
know because they made
yeah,
that comment I heard before.
yeah. So
Yeah.
the Amex
Okay.
cards, they're only going to show what your debt is. what your balance is
Okay.
on that money. So,
Okay, got it. So y'all better know about that for y'all Amex holders out there. And coming from the person who said it, they probably do have Amex. I'm just gonna be honest. Now,
and it doesn't help. Everybody wants the Amex, but they don't even understand how an Amex does not help your credit. It don't. I mean, they're wonderful cards to have, but they don't show a credit limit. So it's like you're always using 100%. Kind of.
Okay. Well, see, that's good to know. I'm glad I said that comment out there because, that is one of those powerhouse cards I'm sure a lot of people strive to just because we've heard Amex, Amex, Amex. Well, Shameka, we are definitely a little over. I had a comment come in from Miss Sand saying, I'm going to send this clip to my 19 and 20-year-old when it's over. Please do. Please
do.
Share and share it with others as well.
And you know what? I'm so sorry.
You're fine.
She said her 19 and my 19, 18, and 19, they talk to their friends about credit. My 24-year-old, he talks to his friends about credit. There's a lot of our kids out there that don't know nothing about credit. And when you make credit fun and you make credit, exciting, they want to get it. Yeah. And it's really super simple. And when you get them young, it's not a lot of damage to the credit. So if you get them young, there's a little bit of damage, not that much. You can bring them back and then they'll have an understanding. Yes. Thumbs up to that.
Hello, Henry. Welcome. He said there are two types of Amex cards, charge cards and credit cards.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for that comment, Henry. And thank
you for
of
credit or a credit card. Every credit card, it's not just the Amex. Capital One have lines of credit, and regular credit cards. So a credit card is different from a line of credit, but still. Now, if you had the Delta Sky Miles American Express, that's not American Express. If you got the Macy's American Express, that's not American Express. If you have,
I think they have like a Capital One or something.
Yeah. Everybody got American Express card. We're talking about a straight up Amex.
Straight up Amex.
Yeah.
Okay. And thank you, Henry. Yes, he said charge cards are the ones that do not post your credit available. Post your credit available. Thank you, Henry. Oh, wait. We didn't lose Miss Bishop. Please don't say we lost Miss Bishop.
Okay. Are we back? Okay. Here we go.
You back. Okay. Okay. So for those who are on and you want to be in the room and really connect and spend some time with Miss Bishop, I'm going to tell you about Link have a collaboration coming up with Shameka. And this is Boss Babe, their Boss Babe event with Babe, meaning being an amazing blessing every day. And based on what you just heard, she is an amazing blessing every day. So you can get close and comfortable in an intimate setting, being able to connect with Shameka and bead and bond, getting to hear her story more in depth of how she became an overcomer after 2 bankruptcies, letting her actually share with you, be intimate with her. All you need to do is register for this event. That is Saturday, November 5th from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. We're so excited for it. We're so excited. I would definitely be in the room and I hope you will be too. Make sure you go all into Link's either their Instagram page or their Facebook page for more information so you can register today. And I'm telling you, being with someone at these events have been fun, have been, I would say some of them have been life-changing from what people have said because the conversations just evolve naturally. Mm-hmm. So you definitely want to make sure you put this on your calendar and plan on attending.
Definitely.
Now, what book? I asked this question. What book is currently on your nightstand or that you've recently read or highly recommend reading?
Me? Yes, you know what I'm going to say. 17 pages of credit repair truth.
Let me put that in blow up screen. Okay. Let me go into blow up screen. Okay. Put it up. 17 pages of credit repair truth.
Yes.
Okay, guys.
It is 17 pages because we want to repair credit by any means necessary. So if you don't want me in your business, that's okay. I got this book for you, and it's only 17 pages. And on top of that, you know, you don't have no 50 pages. I got the lowest common denominator of the information that you need in order to be successful. So it's not how the bishop is going to give it to you, but it's definitely going to get you in a position that you're looking for.
I love it. I love it. And I'm going to go back to one thing, Shameka. My apologies. In the beginning, we featured Mona Lisa's lyrics, and I forgot to mention that on tonight's show, Mona Lisa is having an upcoming event coming on November, and it will be November the 19th. And it is at Legacy Hall, and it is a celebration fundraiser. And she is giving away 2 tickets for anyone viewing tonight that is a subscriber of our Deals with Bob channel, and the first person to just say, I want those tickets. So you can say it in the chat or you can say it in the comment section. But she said you have to be a subscriber of the Deals with Bob YouTube channel. So I want to give a shout out of thanks to Mona Lisa's lyrics for always her amazing support. So thank you, Shameka. I forgot to mention that in the beginning of the show.
Well,
Now, is there anything, because we are like just 7 minutes over, so that's not too bad, that you want to make sure you share on tonight's show for the people that are watching live and watching the replay?
Yes. Well, I want to thank you guys for just listening to me just talk about credit, because I just takes over me sometimes. And I want you to repair your credit and be educated. I don't want you just to repair your credit. I also want you to be educated. And it's imperative that as a minority that we have to repair our credit. And I know it's so taboo to talk about credit. There's so many people out there just saying a lot of things that are inaccuracies. But be educated. Do your research. Know who you're dealing with and what you have going on. I implore you, please download my app. It's called The Bishop of Credit. Right in your app store, right in your Google Play Store. See what our company offers. Download the book. Download the book, download the app, 17 pages of credit repair truth. We are here not only to repair your credit, but also to educate. And on top of that, we also volunteer quarterly.
I love it. How do they get in contact with you?
You can go to my website, bishopofcredit.com. Everything is Bishop of Credit.
I know. Keep it simple, girl.
The Bishop of Credit, but bishopofcredit.com. You can download my app that you can call me. You can email from the app. You can go to the website on the app if you have it. You can go to Instagram where I do a lot, and Facebook where I do a lot of educating, even though, when it's not Credit Awareness Month, or the bishopofcredit.com. You can reach me by phone at 248-618-2282. And if I'm with another client, please leave a message because we care about your credit.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Shameka.
Thank you for having
that. We gotta. I know we keep saying it. We gotta finalize what the deals are gonna be for you consumer members out there, so you can get those extra deals, discount giveaways, and rewards just for your support of Deals with Bob. But most importantly, we want to make sure on our platform too that your lives can be transformed right now by having the credit score you need, by having the education you need so that you can educate those around you, so that future generations can continue to evolve and with the knowledge that they have about credit. So I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, guys, we thank you so much for being in. Make sure you mark your calendars as we close out the month of October. I am so excited. We're bringing on Coach Sharice Saylor. This is going to be such an amazing conversation. I'm telling you guys, mark your calendar. You don't want to miss. This sweetheart is so giving. I'm telling you, she promoted your show for tonight, Shameka. I don't even know if you guys have met, but on her platform, she was like, I'm going to promote her because I'm interested as far as people making sure they have credit awareness.
Thank you.
You guys, you make sure you tune in next Wednesday for this amazing powerhouse that we're going to be talking with. And if you have not already done so, make sure you hit that red subscribe button. We definitely want our numbers to go up. If you believe in what we're doing, what we do is quite simple. We have this platform to bring on amazing Bobs so that you connect to who they are, the person that they are. Yes, can you Google a credit repair person? Is yes, I'm sure something going to come up. But if you watch this show, you know the passion of Shameka that she has for the work in which she does, which gives you a little bit more reason to trust her and the work she does on this platform. We have shown her connection, shown what she has done, but she is actually spoken for herself and have shown you how genuine she is, have shown you that she has gone from bad credit scores to good credit scores.
Yes.
And she's unlocked the potential and opportunity. So definitely this platform is something where we feel it's special. We feel that it's life-changing, and we definitely want to make sure our reach gets to everyone. So please share with others so that all can subscribe and we can continue the amazing work that we here at Deals with Bob. Now, whew, girl, I didn't realize that I could get a little winded when I go a little bit over. But again, thank you so much. This will not be the last time, obviously, that you're here, because credit never ends. Credit is always evolving, and there's always people who need to know the information you provide. So thank you so much for being here.
I have one more thing. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
If you have not gotten the email, your student loan forgiveness for the $10,000 and the $20,000, go check your email. They are currently doing a beta application right now. And if you did not get the email, just go to studentaid.gov to see if the beta applications are still available. Go get that money, y'all. Go. I don't care if they was taking off $5. Go get it. Okay, go get that money. It's a beta application. It's out right now. Go see if it's available.
Awesome. And I'm writing that down so we have it in the notes. Thank you so much. See all this good stuff coming to you. Well, I want to thank you for joining, everybody, for tuning in. Make sure you share this episode and help transform a life. As always, I am Sonia Weaver. I encourage you to spend with purpose because your dollar does matter and your credit does too. And deal with Bob. Have an amazing night. We'll see you next week.
See you later.